I'm talking about things that are different in the Oz stories and the anti-Oz Wicked stories. And in this particular video, I'm going to talk about things that are not in Oz that are in Wicked. There's a lot in Oz that's not in Wicked, and all of that stuff your life will be better to learn about. And there's some things in Wicked that are not in Oz, and all of our lives are pretty much worse for accepting those things, except for maybe the songs. But some of those things include big ideas, big concepts that are central to the Wicked plot that just don't exist in Oz, such as racism and sexism and classism and striving and things like that. But then there's some minor ones too, like there's big things. I'll make whole videos about how there's in Oz there's not really a secret that the wizard and good witch are actually bad and that the bad witch, wicked witch, is actually good. But I'll make more videos about that. I'm talking about more some of the details in this video right now, such as the language they use, or like they would never say, no one would ever say, "You're green," and be horrified by that, because Oz is the utopia of diversity, and only an outsider would be surprised by anybody being different in any way in Oz. So like the whole concept of Wicked is something that wouldn't happen in Oz and isn't in Oz, and it's one of the things that's so good about Oz and so bad about trying to replace Oz with something that's anti-Oz. But also the way they talk, all the fantabularious talk. There are some made-up words and names in the Oz books, but that's all kind of Dr. Seuss type stuff, and just shows that the writer has not really read the Oz books. But also some other things that are not in Oz. Madame Morrible, the Grimoire. I saw some article about what does the Grimoire really mean. Well, it doesn't mean anything because it doesn't exist. Read the Oz books to find out what exists in Oz. That's, again, the opposite of what Wicked would have you believe. The Shiz School doesn't exist. Anybody who knows Oz knows that Oz has a college run by the H.M. Wogglebug, the Wogglebug, who's a bug who's highly magnified to human size, and of course he can talk. And the college is for people who don't want to work, and they learn all their classes via pills, and they just do sports all the time, so that nothing gets in the way of their sports. So of course this is another way Oz prophesies the future. But the Shiz School doesn't exist. That's more something out of Pretty in Pink, or Can't Buy Me Love, or a movie that Wicked really is. It's just put on an Oz costume. And again, it would be really good for people to learn the things in Oz that they're missing and letting be replaced by Wicked, and the things in Wicked that don't really exist. There's a lot more in Wicked, I guess, but all the stuff about animals not being able to talk, I'll make a whole video about that as well. But all these concepts are just not Oz concepts. They're concepts that go completely opposite of what Oz is, just like being surprised or upset about somebody being green, or being racist about the way people look. It's just not something that would happen in Oz. So check out what Oz is really like through the books and through more of my videos, and check them out on YouTube.